from Michael. Let's let Michael get in here.
What do we
Map
start
review.
with?
Who's the other guys? They come in the map review?
Well, Trash hasn't been online, and Dan's on Do Not Disturb.
So it never stops me. I just bug people anyway.
You should do it on Steam if you're going to do it on anything. I'll just have to cut some.
Not like a big deal. You see a little message pop up.
Also, I got Bamboo to ring for us.
I don't know who that is.
He's just someone sitting in our Discord that rang for us a while back.
Okay.
And it says he plays Scout.
All right. You ready to start, Sam?
Yep. Just go ahead.
All right. Here we go. So, as usual, crouch for the demo. And then I'm going to roll out, create mayhem, going through the ramp, and do my normal thing because I didn't practice the Fandango rollout that Sam had, but it would take a while to master that one.
Yeah, it was just I mainly put that video in there just to show people how they create
can
the
improve
server and then put the code in there because that makes it a lot easier to practice rollouts.
Yeah, and the problem is putting them in the walls, hitting them in the exact spot, and then jumping exact right. Just takes timing and work to perfect it, and that's the problem I have. I just haven't had time to do that.
I know.
Anyway,
yeah, that's fine. It's like that's your choice if you want to try to improve the role, and that's same for roamers. I'm not going to force them, but I can definitely try to give them some good resources to do it.
I played with it just for a couple of jumps, but yeah, I'm not going to do that tonight. Okay, so anyway. I'm going to go out that way, I'll swing right, and we'll have our little demo war. Everybody else is going to come this way, come through here. And then the pocket, you're going to stop right about here, get an arrow, continue on, and the soldier's going to get a buff. Okay, and then the flank scout, you're going to come up through here. When you jump here, you have to hit right on the end of that little board to get up here on a double jump unless you have a winger or something like that. And flank scout, you're going to just beat with the shoddy here, taking pot shots. There's always a lot on that side because they're doing the same thing that we are. You might see a pocket soldier right around here. You'll probably see the combo scout right up on that shack. So our flank scout should be up here. Our roamer should be up here, creating mayhem. Then the pocket and our combo scout's going to go up here. Our pocket, he could jump like up on that roof right there and just get a feel for how we're doing. Medic, as soon as you come through here, I'll be crouched, have your crossbow out, hit me with an arrow, and then go back to doing what you're doing and healing people. I would say be arrow centric here. You're going to have your roamer probably up there begging for an arrow. You might have your flank scout arrow me. You might have.
I've had like everyone at once beg for an arrow on this map. It's so hard to heal with your meta beam and not be in a bad spot.
That's the thing. Everybody's really spread out in this map, so arrows you get a lot more done. And the thing is, your position you want to be out here unless they have a sniper, but you can see a jumper coming a mile away, so that you just need to run and come onto here. And then hopefully, if you die, then it's your player's fault. Because you should be protected by both the pocket and the combo. If you're dead, then you might want to move back a little bit. One nice thing I've learned is you can get away with firing arrow into a little huddle or group that they have there, because usually they're clustered up right around here, and if you're likely to hit somebody with an arrow, if you fire one or two off into that little group and hurt them, take some damage. So basically in this map, everybody needs to take the high ground. It's pretty important, except for the demo and the medic. But scout, combo scout there, pocket there, and our flank should be up there. I will try to support the flank with putting stickies up top too, as needed. So if you need support, say, hey, can you sticky top right? They're always coming top right, do that. If their soldier tries to bomb the medic, which it seems about at least 40% of the time they do, be ready to stop him. Need both scouts to open up on the jumper, and I'll probably be trying to throw out some rollers if I can at him, get a lucky hit. And then the soldiers, you guys need to see if you can nail them too. But scouts are probably the biggest detriment with the shotguns out against a jumping soldier. And then Sam, you need to be ready to get evasive, and then run. You may not necessarily want to run to the pack because that's where he thinks you're going to go. Unless your health is super lit, you might want to try to run and kind of do ring around the rosy right here as our other team comes and chases the rest of our players. Our fighting classes come and chase them down through here. So, because this is just what's expected is for you to go there. So if you can come here, you kind of do that, or you can even come out this way if you can. If you have time, I don't know. You just have to see how it goes. Just be slippery, hard to hit, and bouncing around, bebopping all the time. If they have a sniper, then you probably want to take cover back around behind the shack here.
Typically,
Just be real
kids
careful.
run sniper to mid, though this actually might be not that bad of a mid to do it.
I see it
If
on
that
occasion,
sniper-
but
if
it's
that
not super
sniper's
common.
really, really good and can make up for him not, contributing to the mid at all.
Yeah, and there's some players that they play sixes and they're Highlander players, and they feel more comfortable playing Highlander classes, so that's when you see the snipers. But yeah, it's not super common, but maybe 1 out of 5 or 6
This is
times
a
you
good
might see a
sniper
sniper.
map, like especially on second. It's there's some stupid sight lines on second.
Oh God, Nanya.
Okay, so be good about calling out numbers like, hey, we're up by 1, we're down. And I would say if we're only down by 1, you stay in. If we go down by 2, then get out, get out, get out. Unless they're maybe 2 and we're 1, then you probably want to get out too. So um, yeah, just be very aware of numbers. But I would say the criteria, unless everybody's at 10 health or, our position's horrible, we've taken a big beating or whatever, the criteria is we need to be 2 down before you disengage from the mid fight. So if we're going to disengage, they're probably going to come right into second. You're probably better off just going right to last and then regrouping there and then see what happens. If we're only down by 1, but it's because everybody's lit, we can probably go and hold second. So as you get out, this is a little bit of a dangerous way because they can get a second opportunity to get you. So try to either get out this way or the saw is usually the safest way if it's within reach. Depends. In our flank, they can probably get out that way. So if we're doing good, then start walking in a little bit on them, and then we can get more aggressive. Our combo scout, you can jump up there and jump up to the top, and our flank can start walking up to the edge. Maybe our flank scout can get on the shack here, start going for picks, and just start hunting them down. And usually we can get out to second fairly easily and take that. So once we start capping here, just leave 1 scout to cap, and the rest of us can go into the lobby. If we've already had a mid fight, be careful because as we're capping mid, they will spawn here. Not initially while we're going for the mids, but after we've been playing the map for a while, and the mid's come and gone a few times. Okay, that's when you got to be careful as you're coming in here to people come out of the spawn. So if it's not the mid fight and it's gone back and forth a few times, it's okay to spam that on your ingress coming in, just in case. Or as demo, I might put stickies there.
Also,
that can be dangerous. Go ahead.
Don't let Sam walk first.
Sam should know better.
Yes. And ideally, a scout should be leading our pushes.
Unless it's wiped and Sam's the only one up, that would be the only time I would see him being in the lead. So just watch your positioning, Sam. If you're at the head of the pack, something's wrong. You're not the leader of the pack in a fighting zone. So you should always have your beam or arrows and be behind the fighter, ideally out of view, so you don't absorb rockets or pipes or that kind of thing, and not peeking. The only time you want to peek is if you're at a distance and you're watching for jumpers. Like here, it'd probably be fine if you're capping with a scout or a soldier and you're peeking. That's fine there, unless they have a sniper, but they're probably not going to have a sniper that quick. And basically, you can see the soldier coming. Just be ready to mask yourself behind features.
Yeah.
Be slippery. Features and masking is huge. And that's what I do when I reload. A lot of times I hide behind things and they can't hit you until you're ready to come out. But as a mid, I jump around things and play Ring Around the Rosie and they're chasing you. And then it's on your team members to kill them as you're getting chased. If there's 3 of us and you got an enemy soldier on you or something and he's right here and he comes by and he still kills you, then shame on us, for 3 of us and we're not taking him down because that shouldn't happen. But I see it happen. So
Yeah, Yeah, it happens, and
And that's really the players, the fighting class's fault that are trying to defend you, or the pocket and the combo scouts really are the big ones. And if one of the two are up, and that soldier he's jumping, unless he's had a big full buff, that you should have an advantage on him health wise too. Plus, on the heal, keep your heal on the fighter. Don't go combat med, because then your fighter dies. Now you're really screwed. So if you can keep your scout buffed while you're fighting a soldier, you still have the advantage. So do that over going uber saw and going into his face. Just trust your players. Always doesn't work 100% of the time, but that's what you really need to do, so your player doesn't die, or your fighter, and so he can defend you and still be getting heals. I've seen you do that a few times, so just try to keep that in mind. Instead of going combat med, just keep that beam on your fighter to kill the player that's after you. That's more important, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, okay, we come into 2. Usually it's a free cap. Whoever gets mid usually gets 2. If not, and they're defending it, combo typically goes to saw. Just be very aware of uber advantages. We don't want to push in even ubers, even numbers. We want to always wait until we get a pick. If we lose one and we delay, the only time that we get very aggressive with that stuff is if they're winning and the score is in their favor and we're running out of time. Then we have to do what we have to do. And then it makes sense to push even for 5 and they're 6. And we have even numbers. If it's 0-3 and they're winning, you may as well, because you're going to run the clock down and then lose anyway.
I hate that.
I hate that too, but you got to do it. It's kind of like, do or die at a last point in capping, and the clock's ticking down. You may as well go for it. I mean, you have to go for it. Okay, so the combo usually comes to the saw. Make good calls. Their demos like spamming right through cheese a lot of the times, and then hopefully our flank is coming around to the lower, or we might rotate. Okay, well, if we say combo, let's go lower. And I kind of like coming here as a demo because I can spam over this roof and kind of clear the point out and do some damage. They're usually not expecting that, so I tend to get some mileage going lower as a demo. So I might call lower a little bit more, and if you hear the call, let's go lower for the combo, meaning the combo. If I just say let's go lower, I'm always talking to the combo, not the flank, and you guys just know to go opposite. Okay, well, combo's going that way, then we're going to go saw.
Yeah, if our I have an idea. I mean, if we ever, if the combo's going lower and we're planning to go slower, maybe maybe our flank can go up into cheese if it's uncontested and try to see if they can flank for a med pick. Because if they get into cheese without being spotted, it's really easy to pop up on the medic, especially if the combo starts to push up from lower, because the medic's gonna want to back up to the either one of the ramps. And it's so easy for the the flank just to pop out of lobby and all of a sudden get him.
Yep, I agree.
And anything to make him force Uber earlier, that's just, it gives us a huge advantage.
And see, with wing or even the flank scout can jump up here.
So it's not that hard for a soldier to jump up to cheese and then just walk waddle down cheese.
Yeah, and you can wrap them kind of, and you see a lot of people do cheese. So this is demo, sometimes I'll put traps here too and sit back here and just wait and hope to get one.
Yeah, it's all about seeing
so you just got to keep your eyes open.
Combo is, and of course, if it looks like the combo's watching that way, we'll try to make some noise, just like you're a spy. So they're distracted towards us, and then the flank can get behind, and maybe we can try to do that. The flank, treat our flank like spies if we're having a hard time breaking the hold.
Okay, yep, that's fine. And I'm fine with the spy going in, going for a heavy pick and stuff like that, or a med pick. And then the up here is a pretty good place too, because you're hard to hit, and you see a lot of soldiers. They sit up in that fence there. Scouts up here too. So okay, so once you come through here, you can kind of get a feel for how defended the point's going to be. They're either a gaggle of them right here, or there's just, they're all hanging out in lobby because we have numbers. And if you do good in mid, usually that's the case. You get 2 for free. If they back out and they just have 1 left, then you might get resistance and fighting there. The beauty of always keeping the flank opposite to the combo is you come in with the pincer. So the combo comes in one side, and then we're distracting, then flank can come in from the other side and get them in the back. So when they're not watching or looking at it. Any questions?
No, I actually have one more comment. If we are able to pincer them, we should probably focus on pincering and taking out players quickly versus a medic. Because while the medic can be important, an Uber with 3 players is going to be as important as an Uber with 4 or more players up, and especially if some of those players are already behind us and he can Uber those players behind us.
And I see that as a that's a good point. I see that as a problem that sometimes players have, is they focus a medic when they really should be focusing a fighter, even though he's getting a heal. Because the medic will be an easy pick after you get the fighter. But if you're going for the medic and that fighter kills you, then it's kind of a wasted effort. If you get the fighter, then you get the med too, usually. So you have to be situationally aware of what the best target is.
The reason I say that is because typically when it comes to second holes, you're probably going to see the flank holding up around the pipe on saw side, and so because it's really easy for our pocket soldier to jump over the wall there and hopefully help our flank, we could easily set up a nice pincer to take out the flank quickly, and then our entire team can focus on the combo without
Yeah, I
having
think
the flank
too.
in the way.
Yeah, I think too, so we can call for distractions on flank versus combo. So we can say, okay, go ahead and distract now, and then we use in while they're all looking at the flank, distracting. And a distraction can mean you sit there and you fire a couple of you at a distance, but you don't have the intention of actually going in. You just threaten and look like you're going in, and then the combo gets a few seconds of valuable time taking them down. Pipe up here too. Watch for soldiers hanging up there. In addition to the cheese, right there, they like going there. And then you get soldiers coming underneath here, and they'll jump. And sometimes if they're hurt, they take this as refuge. They'll try to get out to that door, or if their health isn't too bad, they'll go for a med pick and try to jump up to that point. Okay, so once we get that, then we come into the lobby. Be careful, traps all over. This is Trap Haven. And the bucket there, of course. You see them here. I put traps here sometimes too. So just keep your head in a swivel and be careful when you're coming in, looking all around, watching for those traps. This is drop down here, so you'll see soldiers up there kind of defending us, looking this way. If there's a couple of you, it's pretty easy to force them out. I've put traps up here before and killed them that way. So I like putting traps along the shutter here too sometimes. So I mix it up. This is coming from under. You just got to be careful. You have the low ground here, so it's not necessarily the greatest. But sometimes a good Uber coming in from the bottom can catch them off guard, especially if they have their gun at opposite side or something like that. Then sometimes coming in from underneath can be good. Snipers on offense love to hunt from there, so be cognizant of that.
I've seen snipers on the crates, and that always just I hate that as medic. I've had games where I've lost because of that, because if I pop to stop me from getting sniped, then we're gonna lose because they're just gonna wait it out. And then if I don't pop, I could die easily because he's on the crate.
Wait,
When we restarted, I don't know why it did that. Oh, it's probably been on for a while.
Yeah, it has.
What crate?
The blue crate on last, or the crate with the high ground that soldiers like to peek up near the shutter. That crate.
On the far left?
Yeah, far left. Or it could be far right. It depends on what side you're on.
Snipers sit up there and you can't do anything?
Typically, yeah. Because
Can go back, Snake.
Like,
generally, we should have a flank down there.
Generally, but we've had times where, our flank's dead, and then all of a sudden, there's a sniper pressuring us from there because our flank's down. And we're all watching,
Why would you push last when our flank's dead?
I'm not saying we're pushing last, I'm saying we're holding last.
Oh!
This contract is high priority.
Oh, we're holding last, and their sniper goes up to blue crate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought it was us attacking.
That's also a good point, that anytime our flank goes down, whoever the last flank member is going down, always call our flank is down, so combo's aware.
We should always have at least one person holding that side because, people coming from there is just too important. And having someone that, give us an early warning that they're coming from that direction is always nice. So.
Okay, so if our pocket goes down, our roamer needs to take his spot until it comes back up, And then if our combo scout goes down, our flank scout needs to take that spot until he comes back up. So that's the standard on all maps, standard operating procedure. So guns, sentry guns, you'll see them like here in this mound is a good place. I've seen them behind a box here. I've seen them back here, right here. I've seen them under here. I've seen them under here. A lot of places they can go. Just be very detailed. Just don't say they have a gun. They have a sentry gun. Be very specific in where it's at. Sentry gun on right on the mound. Sentry gun under the double stairs. A sentry gun behind the shack the soldier sits on. You always see a soldier up there too. Generally that's the pocket up there. And what we need to do is if there's not a problem with time, we need to get a pick first before we come in. Ideally something juicy, but if not, that's okay. You'll see a heavy endpoint a lot of times in this map, so usually you focus him, kill him, and then go about our business. If they have a gun, then I'm going to ask Sam to Uber me in this demo to take the gun out, but I need an exact location, right, left, behind the shack, exactly where. And I think that our team could do better on calling out exact locations on things like the sentry and stuff like that. I think it's forgotten sometimes, so just try to do that. The other thing too is you can double team, like if a soldier's aggressive up there or a scout, you can kind of double whammy them. You can say, get ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Or I'll put a trap up here and wait till he peeks, and we can have our soldier or scout there bait him. So there's ways to get picks on this map pretty easily. If they have you see snipers like right around here sometimes, so you might be able to get right in his face as a scout, kill him, and get out until our medic's ready for the push. Something else we can do. Pyro, I like pyro on this map on defense. I'm switching all over from offense to defense here, but that's okay. I like kind of roaming around here, and you can air blast Ubers back or thwart them, or same thing with here, and just kick them back that way. So NG and sniper on defense, I'm a little cool on that, but I mean, if you're elite sniper, then by all means. But heavy NG and NG only go NG if you have time. What NGs do too is they will set up and they will put their gun up, and it'll be level 3. What they do is then they just come and spawn, and they wait, and they're ready to switch to heavy. So as soon as their gun goes down, they come out heavy right away, and they get on point as a heavy. So you just do like a quick switch, and you're already in spawn, just waiting for that gun to go down, and then all of a sudden you're heavy now. So now you've got the advantage of having a sentry gun, and now they have to fight a heavy, and generally you come out of spawn after their Uber is faded by the time that you hoof it out there. So that's a little bit about defense on it, and I think we do pretty good defending this last point here, pretty good as a team. Okay, so all right, so defending second. Usually our combo will be working around the stairs here, and with our pocket, he could be up here. Depends if we're doing a more aggressive or passive hold. I might have a trap up around here, and we'll have our combo scout with us dancing around, checking things. Our flank will be over here. A scout, I like hiding here or behind here, the crate, and they don't see it. You just see him come running out like this. You usually come right up behind and kill him. Go ahead.
So you said our combo sits at saw, and our flank is here at the yard.
And lower, yes.
So why don't we just have you and Dan holding the choke, and then both our scouts over here? Because chokes are pretty easy to hold. And have
what are you calling the choke? What are you calling the choke?
Saw. I called that saw.
Oh, saw.
Yeah.
Saw's choke. Yeah, so I'd be over here, right? And it depends how far out I'd be holding, depending how many of them are in here and what advantages we have. But I would be here, Sam would be here, our pocket should be here, and our combo scout should be here. And he can be doing the baiting thing, see if we can get one that way. And then our flank should be out here.
I was thinking, while we're defending, we have Gramps, or in this case, Bamboo, at the yard.
You mean three and three, split them?
Yeah.
You just need to be very ready to rotate real quick wherever the calls. They're all coming saw, and you can be ready to come up this way.
Yeah, just like have both our scouts on that roof, and then our soldier somewhere.
Up here is a good spot too. And I like a scout hiding back here. This works really good for me.
Can you jump from the pellet to the roof and then back into the window?
Oh my god. What?
I'm
mean,
saying
that?
to the roof. The roof, like, above the... Yeah, there you go. I don't know if you can jump above that roof. Do you have your winger out?
I do.
Because Graham's most likely going to be using their winger. Okay. And that should be really easy to get into window.
Yeah, you can do that. Yep, you can get in the window that way.
Also, what I've seen on Farley Tech, they just have their demo over there
Demo where?
at the saw
Oh, offense or defense?
when they're defending section.
Okay, so
Is
just
he
a demo only, not the med?
Well, I've seen the med like go over the logs, go over like logs back there. Have the med like right here, like right below there, like where the stairs are. No, to your left.
Right in here. Yeah, that's really considered the saw. It's just a passive holding spot.
The med would generally be like between like saw and yard. Because the point is that you don't really need a pocket scout to hold chokes, but he's good to push through them.
Okay, we can do that. I'm fine with that.
You have to just keep it in mind for the future, and then I'll try to stand here.
Yeah,
Are you sure we don't have shouldn't have like a soldier watching catwalk / window? Like I feel
I
like
guess we could. I mean, we're gonna have like both our scouts on the shack, and then
Wait, both our scouts on the shack where or when?
a yard
Yard?
or grass. That shack right there.
Both of them on it? I don't think so.
Why
We
not?
want to split them because that's an easy target with two there. I think if you have one back here, kind of ready to come in someone's face here, and then have one in the shack,
Oh yeah,
that would work.
Like 3 people in this area.
I wouldn't put two of them right here though. On top of that, same thing with the soldier. If I wouldn't put a soldier and a scout in the one shack, I'd spread it out a little bit more because now you got splash damage, twice the splash damage with a rocket.
So yeah, we could have you and Dan holding the chokes, Gramps on the shack, me somewhere else. And
I would say though the med should favor the combo players.
yeah.
But I think, you're right. We could probably have a third scout back here.
Third scout?
I'm sorry, second scout back here. Third player. Yeah.
Also, I'm concerned. Trasher's not responded.
Who hasn't?
Trash.
Okay.
You know our
try
roamer?
Steam.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
We've got our. Let me finish this up real quick because we have our match or our scrim pretty quick here. So okay, and then holding mid. You got passive and aggressive holds, so you have to look at the situation. Do they have an advantage? If they have an advantage, I would hold back pretty far. If they don't have an advantage and they're even numbers or so, then we can hold up around the front of this point here, and then both of us are going to be trying to get a pick. They're going to be going for a pick, so are we, before somebody makes a push, and if we're even. So we need to watch the kitchen pretty close, and then lower, and then those 3 points. So we should have our flank. Maybe our flank scout could be over here. If it's only one of you, just be more eyes and don't worry about fighting. Again, don't take on a 1v1. If you got a 2v1 and you can do a baiting tactic, you can see if you can bait someone in. Good places to sit here. If a soldier, just get a couple inches off so you can't see the shadow through the wall, and then have a scout try to lure somebody through here. The soldier opens up, scout turns around, bang, we got a pick. Okay, let's go ahead and push on it. And then also, if they're going to Uber in, just be ready to... Oh, they're coming in already. Okay, I guess we're done. We're about done anyway.